All
right. How you going?
What kind of nice room are you in, Dr.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, one at a time.
Try to talk. Be quiet or I'll mute you. Hello, everyone in the interwebs world. I'm going to mute myself because there's 4 lovely people in the background that are going to
entertain is the word you're looking for, Joe?
They're going to entertain you guys, all right? So.
Well, it's 3.5 because I'm in and out all afternoon. I'm still cleaning up.
Cleaning up from what?
Well, the workshop's a brothel. I've taken out, so far I've taken out 23 bags of sawdust, and I've got about another 5 to 10 to go, I reckon.
Oh my
Good
God,
mulch.
are you going to put it in a farm? In some animal?
No, it gets burnt.
No, you ought to sell it as mulch. I get paid for mine.
No, well, normally I just put it out in a big bin out the front and it disappears. And but I'm feeling lazy this time, so it can just get burnt.
We can make stuffed animal.
Sorry?
You go, Sid.
No, I just said he's cold. That's why he's burning it.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I see Jay with a fleece jacket on. That's it's a sign it's cold. And you had a shirt on. That means it's cold.
Yeah, it's colder in Victoria at the moment, I tell you.
What is that? Cold in Victoria? That's like 23 Celsius degrees or something?
No, try about 14.
14?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's Swedish spring.
That's right. Yeah, you'd all be out bloody swimming in that weather.
No, not here because the seawater or the water would be so cold. It would just be a few plus, but we would probably go out in t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah. Mad dogs and Englishmen.
But I'm neither. I'm just an unbrushed Viking, isn't that it?
Yep.
That's the say we have over here, unbrushed.
Okay.
And that means you're not brushed.
Well, Bob, I hope they didn't mind me interrupting last night. I tell you, I get very embarrassed about things like that.
Oh no. They were talking about that afterwards. There was a chat going on afterwards, not live, but people were talking about it. And I'll tell you that trick that you showed them of using the gouge that wasn't expected by anybody. Nobody had ever heard of that, but the comment is there's going to be the Aussie cut now. You started something. They talk about an English grind. Now we got an Aussie cut.
That's great.
We'll have to teach the Americans how to spell Aussie properly and use a Z instead of an S.
Sorry, Sid, you're a bit hard to hear because you're a bit muffled or far away from the microphone. I'm not sure what's going on.
I said we'll have to teach the Americans how to spell Aussie properly with a Z instead of an S.
Yeah, that's right.
I spell it with an S too.
It's spelled with an S, but the Americans say it phonetically and they say Aussie. And it's Aussie.
Yeah.
That depends how far. That totally depends how far south you are within the states.
Yeah, and also, and if you say it like it's in Australia, not it's more of a Z sound than a Z sound if you're in America. I think I just sent you
Hello, Joy. So happy to see you. Yes, it's me.
If you go too far south, Bob, they probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it at all.
from the deep south.
Yes.
I can't remember what I was saying now to work out what I'm going to try. Joy,
You never know.
I think I just sent you a friend request too, Eva, on Facebook.
You said something to me?
I think I just sent you a friend request on Facebook.
Oh, great. Did you?
The cat and the fish crafting. Is that you?
Yeah, I confirmed it even.
Oh, happy dance.
Joy says, bite me, Jay.
Oh, but he's trying to do advanced stuff today, Joy. Be nice to him. So this is the right one and this is the wrong one. Okay, I'm mumbling again. Yes, that is the piece. Just trying to get organized to see what I can do here.
What am I in bloody trouble for now? I haven't said anything. God.
And she already bites you.
Music is getting into trouble.
That's what's happening, Sid. I reckon every time you're using the phone, the microphone drops out or goes fuzzy.
Okay.
What do you reckon about that? Oh, not with the cat. Go away. Go away. Knives on the table. Go away, please. Thank you. Now I can hold it up again. I like my little knife.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. Just a little one.
Yeah. I call it my butcher knife. I'm sorry for the lighting right now, but I need the lighting to do what I do here on the table. And should I put the camera on what I'm doing instead, maybe? No, you get confused with Jay's stuff.
Doesn't take much to confuse me.
Go on, Eva. Do it.
What?
Go on. Do it.
Do it! Are you daring me again?
I thought that I'd get a bite from you, Joy.
So Joy, you told Jay off for what Robbo said.
Probably, yeah.
Oops. Hello. Trying a new camera angle.
Did she tell the wrong person off?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Bloody hell, mate.
Are you in an attitude today, Joy? No, you're happy.
That's normal. That's normal, isn't it?
That's Joy normal. Oh no, no booby TV here. No belly TV either.
I think I'm far enough around the other side of the world to say that, Joy, yeah?
Well corrected, Joy.
So what can I do here then? I can do this. But darling, why? You're normally not up here. That Joy, that is my little cat of 8 kilo. He looks so small. Yeah, and he's very nosy. Are you going to get out of there, darling? No, that's not for you to bite on. Not that, no, not that either. You go down. Yes, you go down. I'm busy.
Get a flat tray. It's still thicker at the tailstock by the look of it.
Come on.
Hey, Eva, do you get any work done?
No.
Do you care?
Yes, he's very... What is a pilot? Who is a pilot?
He runs aeroplanes. He's the bloke that sits up the front of the aeroplane.
Oh, that's a pilot. Okay.
Or they guide ships in and out of harbours, one or the other. Depends on which one they're in.
Now I need my keyboard also. This is very, very, very...
Or they can be in an escort vehicle on heavy and wide loads.
Oh, itchy, itchy,
That's
itchy.
exactly what I was about to say, Robbo.
Yeah.
But that's when
Okay,
you're
so
talking
let's.
about people. You also have pilot holes,
Well, that's right.
the predecessor of a hole.
Yep.
So here comes the next cat. This is my old female cat. She was waiting for me to move the keyboard. Yeah, lie down and everything be fine. You don't have to lick everything. No.
Good day, Hodge. How are you?
Good morning,
Hey,
Hodge.
Robert.
This did not go so well, but
How you going, Robert?
maybe it will become well.
I'll put it. Put the markings in it now. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it down flat.
Robert,
Well,
Robbo
yeah.
managed to work out that she's in the deep south.
I know where Joy is.
Oh dear.
No, mark it off the other one, Joe. Put the other one up against it and mark it off from that. Because we changed the measurements on it a bit.
Hang on.
I could go for a bite me moment here if I really tried, and Joy can cuss us out in 6 different languages properly, but she can't spell.
Are you accusing Joy of not spelling?
Well, she corrected herself, so that's okay. She noticed.
I can't spell, but I don't give a hoot.
Well, it's just my wife works for ExxonMobil, and she's had quite a few bosses that are Texans, and he said to her one day, he said, "How come your husband doesn't? He came to the first function and never came afterwards." And she said, "Well, he lip reads, and you Texans don't move your mouth, so he can't hear what you're saying."
Gold or silver? That is the question.
Julie's been into Houston quite a few times to the headquarters there.
Let's try silver.
Right, now put your marks all the way around and then just mark them with the skew chisel, Joe.
Da, 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 da.
That cotton wet, Joy.
I should have had some water.
Here, have some of mine.
Nah, spit works too.
I'm passing it through.
So this is what I made now. I put silver in it.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, that
It's
looks
not-
good.
I'll put it on full screen, Eva.
no. Okay then.
Now you have to show us again.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a little feather, but it was a bit. It looks more like, I don't know.
Looks
bad
like a
What's
Right.
the
tree.
medium?
A
No,
bird
tree branch.
A bird
Looks like a
tree?
wattle. Looks like a wattle branch.
Yeah, so sometimes this is what I do. I haven't seen many other leatherworkers doing this actually. So I cut this into stuff and I ornament them kind of like, and then you kind of, get. And then I put silver inside this, and now I try and do another one and put gold in it so we see the difference. And I could show you how you start to do a little leather box actually in a bit. I just thought I should be doing something. Thank you, Joy, by the way. So let's see if I can do a feather this time.
How you going, Robert?
Oh, the little dog. Which dog is it?
And it's not mine. Mine's outside staring at the cows.
It's
No.
mine. Sitting here
Is it
thinking I
yours?
want to get up and see what I'm doing.
This is not going to be a
Okay.
feather either.
Riley, come on, up. Come on, up.
Yeah, come up, show yourself. Don't be so camera shy as mine, little kittens.
Yeah.
Dr. Bob's therapy session.
I reckon I'm doing them too small.
Right. Put your tenon. No, don't put your tenon on yet. All right. Offset it.
Yeah, Hodge, ain't you English?
Yep, there you go. There's my first mistake.
What?
I think I put the markings in the wrong spot.
Well, just put the other one against it and have a look.
Yeah, that's what I just did. I put it too far up this way. I should have put it more down this way so I could have a little room up for the tenon.
Well, no, you got to put the tenon on the other end anyway. But you got to put the hole in the tailstock in.
That's the golden one. It didn't turn so well. It looks more like a grass or something.
Yeah, I think Joy's hit it. It looks like wheat.
It's too. Get stuck here. It's too. It looks more like it's.
Take it away from the camera a bit, Eva. Back it up.
That's better.
I'm trying to figure out the light here, but yeah, it's not the. I was just testing, so this is what you need to do.
Just modify it. So the top ones are wheat, blade of wheat, and the ear of wheat, and the bottom one's a silver fern.
You know, the problem is that and here comes the cat again. Yeah, you are lovely. I love you too. Yes, you can have a sniff on that.
Now, what did you say to do, Robbo?
Right. Well, your tenon goes on the other end, the headstock end anyway, because you've got your holder drill in this end, in the tailstock end.
Yeah.
So it's not really. Do all of the marks line up, do they?
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, that's all right. That's perfect because you've got to put a tenon on the bottom end.
Yeah. All right.
Rightio. Now offset it. Put it on number one hole.
Right. Hey, Amy.
Joy. Good morning, Mark.
Hello, Amy.
Joy, and good morning, Amy.
And good morning, Mark.
Joy, I'm aware of the wheat look and the feathers curve a bit, but it was too small actually for the cutting tool is cutting too deep to make it so small. So I need to make it bigger. Now I shut up again.
Right. What speed are you on, Joy?
The lowest one.
Rightio.
I'm just having a coffee, like a minute smoko.
Yeah, well, I'm just about to put the kettle on, so I
Right.
shall return shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Give me I think what the Riley wants is to
Yeah,
go
listen to
out.
Mum, Mark.
So I'll be right back. Let him out and play.
Anyway, I have to depart. I've got to go and pick someone up from Meningie, so I better head off in a minute.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
So have you got a channel, Joy?
It's okay, Joy. I've done better feathers. This is just a bit in the... Now I'm starting off what to be a box. Or how you make a leather box. And this is not gonna be straight, but who gives a rotten ass at the moment? Get this one. It's definitely not straight. That's not gonna work.
Oh, thanks for coming in, Mark. Take it easy.
Night, night.
Now, Jay, if you put the parting tool in flat like a scraper, you won't get as much tear out. All right, and start towards up, yeah, like that. But
That's
don't flex. Oh, okay, you've been doing it wrong. Okay, right here.
Huh?
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Isn't that how you wanted me to do it, like that? No? Okay. So how many people in this live were thinking Robbo was going to come back and tell me off for using this, eh? Ha. No, he didn't, because it's the right tool. Oh.
busy today, isn't he?
When Jay shuts up for a second, Hodge, the right way to use a parting tool is that it's a cutting tool, and you always start it up high, slide it back onto the bevel until it starts cutting at the cutting edge, and then start arcing it forward to cut in. But if you do it that way, it tears a little bit on the edges. So what you do is you start it at a parting cut, like a scraping cut, and then once the cut's started, then lift it up and slide it back, and you get a nice clean edge. It cuts it out nice and clean. But you're not the only person, Hodge, that thinks the parting tool's used that way. It's not. It's not a scraping cut. It's actually a cut. Yeah, that's right. So you start with a scraping cut to start it, and then you don't get the little fuzzy, shreddy bits on the side. Geez, you went deep with that one, Jay.
Okay.
Did I go too deep, eh?
Yeah, just turn it off and give us a look at the back edge for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. I've got plenty more pine. Yeah, you get that.
Yeah, well, you have to do all the rest of them like that now. I just hope it's not too thin.
Yep, all right.
Now, just so if you can clean up the edges of that one first.
You just say that after I've moved the tool rest.
Oh, I always wait for that.
That just means next time you'll remember it.
Oh,
No,
actually,
no, he won't.
yeah. See, he knows.
Just
But I'm
slide
glad
your.
you.
Sorry, slide
Is that-
the. Yeah, down on that shoulder. That's right.
I was to say, I'm glad you two showed up to our meeting.
No,
It was fun.
our pleasure, Bob.
We also had, from Alaska, but we had two from AWGB, and one of them was I think, executive vice president pop in for a while, but he didn't put. He was from Europe, but I got texted later That's what he was. Because they're interested in how we can do a class like that. I think we had, what, 5 people turning plates, or 6 it was, that turned, besides the demonstrator plates or platters.
Technically, Hodge, you shouldn't really come in onto a square piece with a parting tool anyway. You nick it first with a skew chisel to break the corner, and then if you have to, you use a parting tool. Do a series of V-cuts down it to get it down, and then you can put the parting tool in without tearing the corners off. Make sure you get the right one, Jay.
Yeah, the end one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's easy to get tangled up.
Have a new subscriber, Joy.
Gotta learn to not grip the tool so hard, it's fun to hurt my hand.
Actually, it could be a rose.
Yeah, good night, Joy.
Nighty night, Joy.
Okay, see you guys. I'm off.
Oh,
Night night, Sid.
See you later, Sid.
I'll see you tonight, Robbo.
Yes, thanks, Sid. Righty out, no worries.
Thursday night what?
See you later, Amy.
yeah.
Nighty night, Amy.
Right, now get a strip of sandpaper and clean up the middle bits.
That looks like a disaster.
Thanks, Eva.
Yeah, I was talking about mine.
I just wanted to get a reaction. Oh, cool. Oh, look, the rag fairy's been and dropped me off some more rags.
Oh, I
Wow.
love rags.
Yeah.
They're good people.
Yeah.
So,
So you just want me to
Now
clean
I'm-
up these bits here, you mean?
Yeah. Make it a long strip so your fingers don't get down in there.
Yeah.
But if your knuckles get whacked by that, you'll know all about it.
Well, thanks, Eva.
What?
Now-
Did
now
I put it in your head?
Sing another tune now, please. Robbo, turn your music up. Drown Eva out.
I don't think that's even long enough, is it, Joe?
Oh, damn, you can see me. You want to go like that?
No, you've got to be able to hold it down. So you've got to get. That's what I say. If you get a long strip, you can hold the paper at each end of it and stretch it out over the bit.
Cut your sandpaper into strips like this because it's more effective. Yeah. Now I've got all my sandpaper cut into strips like that.
Well, you need one that's just about full length of the sheet.
Yeah, that's all right. I got more sheets.
This is not gonna work. Anyway. This is an owl I made all by myself. It's from an deer antler and
Oh, yeah?
piano thread. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you have one on each. Is that when you oh, because
I
you're a
did my exam work on that one.
So you want me to go in like this, Robbo?
Yeah, but cut the sheet so that it's about 25 mil wide.
It's nearly that now, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus, that's about 200 wide.
That's perfect like that. What are you on about?
No, even that's 25 mil, 1 inch.
Yeah. I'll get my bloody ruler out. There. There you go.
Right. Now you hold it at each end with your hands away from it.
Like that.
Like that. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, but pull your sleeves up.
Yeah.
You're a spoil sport, Bob. I was hoping to get them caught.
Oh, I don't want to see blood this late at night. And I've been told if you hear an Aussie swear, it's really bad. I know when I was down there for R&R during NAM, I learned a lot of vocabulary in one night in a bar. I didn't know what it meant, but I knew it wasn't nice.
Oh, that's funny.
Every culture has their own slang, and
We don't
Oh,
swear
yeah.
that much. What are you on about?
well, it's not swearing; it's the slang, and you don't understand the slang.
Yeah.
Like fair dinkum. What's a dinkum? And do you have to? Can you have a cheap dinkum?
I thought
No.
dinkum were Latin.
No. fair dinkum is an Australian expression that can mean a lot, actually. Like if somebody tells you something, you say, oh, fair dinkum. Does that mean, are you telling me the truth or not? And then there's a sarcastic one where you think they're telling a lie and you say, oh, yeah, fair dinkum. And so a lot of our slang is actually the way it's delivered. Like bastard. There's good bastards, there's bad bastards, there's silly bastards, useless bastards. It all depends on the...
We got them too. We call them politicians.
Hey, I like that one.
No, that's the censors didn't get it. I'm still on.
Yeah. And it can also be used, of course, as an exclamation, like, oh, bastard.
Look at that big bastard.
Well, I have old glue, so I'm not surprised it's not working. Anyway, and here comes you again. Yes, you're famous now.
Better than being infamous.
True.
Oh, everything here. Let's see. So, can you see? This is a box,
Either way, you still go down in history.
and this is
Yeah. I'll catch you later, Hodge. Good to see you again.
that's
Right,
basically
yeah,
how you do a leather box. See you, Sid. No, Hodge. I meant.
Yeah.
So
Ah.
this is poorly glued there, but it's actually holding on quite nice. But you are supposed to put stitches there too. Oops.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's how you make a leather box.
It's falling apart on you.
So that goes in the bin. It's not going to be stitched. I need my stitching horse, and I need my... You need to have some special stuff you put in them so you can have them clamped to the stitching horse and stuff like that. Otherwise it gets boo-hoo. So I could have pulled out some boxes I've done in the past, but I didn't.
You didn't cheat.
I didn't. I played games instead.
About the same thing, eh?
So, Kitty Cat, what do you want to do now? Oh, that was the wrong way. Nice lightning, huh?
What game do you play, Eva?
All sorts of games, actually. I haven't... Oh, I would need to go and clean that. Well, Borderlands, Australian one.
Yeah, doesn't mean I've heard of it. Doesn't mean I've heard of it though.
Yeah, but it's a cartoonish bang bang game.
Okay.
You kill a lot of stuff in it, of course.
Yeah.
And they have Aussie slang, I think, in it. Actually. And I think we're going to move that to the famous bad angle over here. And then we get the... Hello.
I used to play one game when I built my gaming machine about 8 or 9 years ago. I used to play one game.
And that was?
It's called iRacing.
iRaces.
Yeah. It's an American game. The NASCAR drivers use it to practice before they go on a track, because it's got lasers.
Okay.
And laser scan tracks from the real thing. So it's got every bump that the real track's got on it. It was pretty good.
Once upon a time, I actually wanted to have a steering wheel and the pedals.
Yeah, that's what
But
I had.
I kind of not.
Expensive, just like this.
Go lie down there. It's free there for you.
Robbo,
Mm.
can I ask you a question, please?
Mm. What?
What's that? Does that say
Hey?
Doritos? Does that say Doritos?
Hey?
Are you eating Doritos?
No. Aren't it?
I could see some writing. I couldn't see it. It was just out of focus, and it was taking up like a quarter of your screen. It's like, what's he eating now?
No, you won't catch me eating Doritos. I can't stand them.
What about if you sit down?
I can't even eat them sitting down.
Now, a stupid question from a Yank. What is a creams? I know what cream is.
Okay.
I put it in my coffee.
No. Okay. What it is well, basically they're like an Oreo.
Okay. So
all
it's
right.
a cream filling.
Yeah, the cream filling in the centre. Well, they call it a cream, but it's fake cream, I suppose. So, yeah, that's what our cream biscuits are.
So it's
and notice I said biscuits, not cookies.
Yeah, it's most probably icing sugar, Robbo.
Yeah. All I know is that they're bloody nice.
What's the difference between a biscuit and a cookie for you?
Well,
that is a good question.
Well, up until about 4 or 5 years ago, everything was biscuits. But we're slowly getting Americanized.
Are those biscuits hard or soft?
They're in between. But I'd still dunk them in my cup of tea.
Yeah, well, that's biscuits. Yeah, but American biscuits, ain't that the soft one that you usually have gravy with or something?
Well, yeah, that's a type of biscuit. You bake it in the oven, homemade biscuits. In the South, well, it's everywhere in the U.S. and Canada, biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Yes.
For breakfast?
Yeah, that's a breakfast food.
Chiff beef on toast type of thing. Was with World War II, it became very popular with the soldiers and that because they were able to get a lot of chiff beef. And in order to make it go around for mess halls and stuff, and they still do, is the fact that they make a gravy, a white gravy with it, or a sauce because it's thicker. And then you put it over toast.
Oh, so the difference between a gravy and a sauce is the thickness. The gravy is more like just the juices from a steak or something like that. And the gravy is when you put flour and stuff in it.
Yeah, to thicken it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Hi, Effie.
Good day, Effie.
Effie.
But that definition changes from country to country, I found. I've been in, 19 countries in my life, and everywhere I go, I get corrected. But that's fine. That was a earlier time in my life. There's been time where I said hello wrong and got slapped.
What? How can they do that? Why can't people be a bit more patient and nice?
Well, evidently the word that I used for meaning hello, meaning first time I've seen you, hello, how are you type conversation, was in, I thought it was proper. It was in Thai, sawadi. And the neat thing is how you pronounce the next word.
Yeah.
Ka or cup. One is a woman, one is a man. And when you say it with the second word, sawadee cup or sawadee cup. Uh, if you call a man, walk up to a man and say sawadee cup, you could get decked because you're telling them they're
Insulting
gay.
him.
No, you're
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
you're a woman.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, of course. I can understand that though. It's when it's language barriers.
yeah, pronunciation barriers. You can
Yeah,
try.
yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
then they say, "Oh, it's a dumb American." Deck him anyway, or or sell him something he doesn't want. You know, merchants don't mind; they'll sell you anything, but raise the
Yeah,
price.
yeah.
But when I was on R&R, it's a military term. It's for a vacation, rest and relaxation. During the Vietnam era, I went to Australia, to an Australian military post, uh, because we had top secret clear stuff in our heads, and the post was one where in the officers club and mess hall and stuff we could talk openly, long as we weren't divulging a lot of secrets, but we could talk about missions and stuff like that. That we were told that the Australian military and the people who worked there understood that they couldn't repeat anything that we said to anybody because we were talking about stuff that was classified or not, but we were also getting drunk, and then you really don't know what and remember what you say. But our military trusted the Australian Army for it, and they
So
kept
you
our
have a history
secrets.
of being in the army.
Oh yes, during when I was young, same time Robo was. We were
I
both
almost
in
said,
Southeast Asia, but I never met him. Though I did pass and got. There was a couple of Australian units that we knew they were because all they have to do is open their mouth and you can pick up the accent
of
or
course you do.
slang. But every nationality has a slang, and it's you got to live there for quite a while to pick it up,
Yeah.
especially the enunciation.
Yeah, but that's what I found the hardest when you're going about a new language like English or something, because it's okay. The basic you kind of get taught to do the spelling and the reading and all of that, and bad pronunciation from school and stuff like that. But the everyday English talk about the hidden words, the that you usually do when you talk, like you have hidden under meaning to stuff. I don't get that. A lot of that I don't get it in English because it's and you have to be around it quite a lot to actually catch it up. So
Yes,
that
but I
that's
find that in every language. It's
oh yeah,
innuendo.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
called
yeah.
an innuendo, a polite word to say you're insinuating something.
Yeah, yeah,
Innuendo.
but that's what I get apparently now and then, that I am insinuating a lot of stuff and I don't have a clue actually what they talk about. So yeah, it gets funny sometimes, and so I can be yelled about that, and people get angry with me about that.
I
So,
like
but
that, Effie. You had top clearance to sleep with a Marine.
that's a really good clearance, isn't it? I don't think I've been even close to a military person, but then I lied because I actually did some. I used to educate myself to work in a big kitchen, and then I have my practice period on a engineer uh, base where they had the young lads go through the military period. I don't know what you call it in English anyway. So there
National
was a.
service.
What did you say, Robo?
National service.
Well, maybe that's what it used to be mandatory for males when they turned 18 or something like
Yeah,
that. They had to go through it. It's
yeah.
not that anymore here.
No, the
It's more or less
Scandinavian countries.
voluntary.
Yeah, Scandinavian countries had national service. When you turned 18, you did. I think it was 6 months. Didn't you? Compulsory military training.
I think they had nearly a year actually.
Yeah,
But
and
anyway, they needed food, so I made food for them.
And they got to take they at the end of it, they actually took their weapons home and kept them in the cupboards.
Not here.
Yeah.
The Swiss did that, and they still do.
No, the Swiss did. Yeah, I thought Sweden did as well. So,
but we get confused with Switzerland quite a lot. You're mixing us up because we start with an S, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But then we probably mix up Austria and Australia.
Oh, don't worry, that happens a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, because of the yeah.
I was speaking to an American the other day actually, and doing something, and he said, "Oh yeah, well you're just near Germany, aren't you?" And I said, "No, just a few miles."
Other side of the world.
Oh. It's so easy when Yanks open their mouth, their big mouth, they let their brains show.
Oh yeah.
Must have been a lovely time, Effie.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've had a good life, Effie, by the sound of it.
You have to test the vehicles before you buy them. Isn't that the fact? Isn't that say? Or did I say something stupid now?
No.
You get a warranty, too.
Yeah. Trouble is, there's no warranty with us lot or women.
Well, I don't know. I never got married.
Ah.
I never found anybody. They were just lying, cheating bastards. So why? Why put the effort to it? I kind of reckoned in the hindsight that the best thing would be that you would get some financial backup somehow, but no, I don't know. What is it? I better use my own money anyway, or get my own money. So over here, it's not custom that male parts pay for you whatsoever. Only very rich persons, or if you're a very, very, very beautiful girl, get everything for free. But yeah. That's how it goes.
Well, when I watch Australian TV, I've gotten more and more into it now. Because it's so available globally anymore, each other's TV and news. There seem to be, from the big cities, are becoming more Westerner, what we would call in English. But I'm sure living in the country, you can spot where people live instantly when they open their mouth. Or at least where they were the majority of their life.
I don't know. Australia is America, the language differs from state to state. In England, it differs from county to county and then sometimes even town to town. But Australians generally speak pretty much, but our language or the way we talk has changed a great deal. Like if you look at old newsreel tapes, for instance, of prime ministers of 40 or 50 years ago speaking, they speak totally different than a politician. Not their tone is and everything is different. It's altered from the country type Australian, you know.
Yeah.
But we don't have no, we do have little differences, I suppose, from state to state, but not as bad as what England or America does. Like the variation between Alabama, for instance, and up in Boston is just totally different, and you can pick it a mile away.
Yeah.
Whereas in Australia, you can go from Hobart in Tasmania up to Point Cook, up to Cape York, and we all speak pretty much the same.
Even the same slang? 'Cause
Oh,
we see
yeah,
the
pretty,
slang changes.
no, pretty well. It's the same slang. Like, yeah, southern Australians will understand anything a northern Australian do. They do have little ones, little differences sometimes. Like when I first went to far north Queensland up to Cairns, one of the blokes said, "Oh yeah, we dropped a blocky," and I said, "A blocky? What the hell's a blocky?" "Oh, it means driving around and around the block," because I'd never heard of that before. But that's become pretty well Australia wide now. So, and I want to know, Effie, did it work? Did you piss off Mum and Dad?
In Sweden, actually, Robbo, a person from the northern parts will talk so different that the one in the very southern part, they will talk so different, both of them, that they it have happened in the past that they actually had to start talking English to each other because they couldn't understand each other.
Yeah, I think with Australia is because we're a young country, and every like time wise, like we're only 230 years old virtually. And the whole thing was developed overall rather than like in Sweden, the north part would have been settled by somebody in the south part, and villages very rarely mixed with the next village in a lot of cases.
Exactly.
So they developed their own language.
It's very local. It's very local. Norway is even worse because they have a different language in each fjord, and depending how far you are from the sea line or how deep you go into the country, you have different lingos for every valley over there, you know. Yeah. And some of them really talk so strangely, so nobody understands them either. So.
Yeah, and America to a large extent is the same. Like they developed their states and colonies separate and dependent on whether they were ruled by Britain or the southern states, you know, which were independent at the time. So, but, you know, I don't know, language is an interesting thing. France is exactly the same. A northern France person can't understand a southern France. And Belgium across the border from France, they can't understand each other either in a lot of cases. So,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, they talk a different French over there.
Mm. Well, Belgium speaks Flemish French.
Yeah.
Flemish is a different dialect, though. That's what the Dutch people do too, Flemish.
My favorite class in college, in fact, one professor taught it, and I took 4 sections of it because he was great in teaching. And his background was marketing, but he was teaching linguistics because he had a doctorate in it. And we'd start off with the first day of class in a lecture hall, maybe 30, 40 people. He wanted everybody in a hall type setting, you know, a tiered lecture hall. And he'd take each class section within it. The class might be 200, but you'd meet in groups. And he would put up on the screen pictures because he had a ton of slides, and he would show a picture and he'd ask somebody what is the picture? And they would say what it was. And he would go to another picture, the same person, and say, well, what's this? And it's a vegetable. And then he'd pick something else out and put that up on screen. And within 4 different pictures, he could put you within 50 miles on an average of where you were brought up by how you pronounced the word. And it was trees and like apple or banana, or the easiest was potato. That's a potato. No, it's a potato. No, it's a
Yeah.
spud. And
Yeah.
that's what he was teaching. And to me, it was really fun. I paid to always attend it. But he used it in marketing. He used it, and people hired him to work on commercials for radio, and even more so for television and that. So, and to make a movie, he said his biggest thing was there was a couple of movies that they released, major movies, where they went in and localized it because it was centered. The whole film was centered around a racetrack in the South, and they wanted to make it so everybody could understand it and have the appropriate linguistics used by the stars. The people in the background, that's fine because everyone knows the way it should be or close to it. But he had to teach the leading people how to speak and what words to use to make them think that this California boy is really a southerner and has been for generations and he made more money doing that. But it was intriguing classes, and he'd bring up all these examples, and he'd have clips of movies he's worked on, and he would play the same scene. It'd be a 2.5 minute scene, and it would have one type of slang and verbiage, but that was the southern cut. And this is the northern cut. Same movie, but just the stars repeating the words differently.
Yeah, well, I like the fact that in the early days when Australian films went to America, they had to put subtitles underneath them because they couldn't be understood.
Yes, I've seen a few of them.
We have subtitles anyway, so.
Yeah, but I liked it the day on one of the live broadcasts when the Poms were trying to do our Australian accent. Sid, Jay and I were cracking up in the background, I tell you.
But your ABC News, of course, ABC here is the American Broadcasting Company. So
Yeah.
when people see it pop up, on YouTube, because it's got a big presence there, you clicked on it, but have we renamed something? Because the English is perfect for us. It's a college level, a standard college.
Yep.
And then they're talking about places you never knew existed, and you wondered what happened. And then they started putting now for YouTube, they'll put for us that ABC being, instead of American Broadcasting, it's Australian Broadcasting.
That's right.
And in Canada, they do the same thing.
Yeah, the thing with our news is that we generally cover worldwide news, and I found with American news that they're very parochial about just virtually their local area and their state. And I've met a lot of Americans, for instance, that didn't know the rest of the world pretty well existed. They knew it was out there somewhere, but they don't have a clue about what goes on in the rest of the place.
Yeah. And that shows up like right now in our elections.
Oh, yeah.
But one thing COVID has done is made the country smaller.
Oh,
because
definitely.
We're online.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I've got to go and do some work, or I'm going to be that far behind that things won't happen. So I shall say good night now, or good afternoon.
Yeah, that's me done too.
Oh, you already done?
Yeah, no, I'm just done. I've had enough.
Is it going wrong, Jay?
No, Jay and I were up until 3 o'clock this morning. So.
Yeah, they attended our club meeting. Well, I appreciate it, but
when I'm tired, I get frustrated early and easily, and it takes me longer to get out of it. So I'm not doing anymore.
It's no good working when you're tired because you start making mistakes.
Yeah, that would be. We don't want it in blood, as Dr. Bob said.
No. All right, I shall bid you good afternoon, folks, and catch you all later.
Yeah.
Good to see you again, Effie.
Nighty night then.
Yep.
See you later tonight.
Yeah, thanks,
you.
Joe.
See you another day.
Yeah.
Night night.
Bye.
Night, Effie.
All right. Thanks for coming in, everyone. Bye-bye. See you later. Have a good night. Have a good day. Or night, sorry, Effie.